Just in case you're unfamiliar, the gentleman on the screen right now is a rapper by the name of Pastor Troy, who dropped, I think, like one mega big hit, but then, stayed basically more of a local ATL type artist. And I've discussed on this channel multiple times how you can have like a small but loyal fan base that can really hold you down, despite the fact that, okay, yeah, you only have one big, huge national hit along those lines. And he falls into that category with ATL being the locale that, really rocks with him. So the Grammys took place, and he made a statement on Instagram about how him and his son was in Applebee's, and his son really wasn't feeling a public display of affection from a alphabetical couple, and basically went on to go say Applebee's. But either ways, it's been a ton of backlash that he's been getting for his position. The problem is that his position isn't one that I disagree with. Not at all. I don't want to say, what did I just say? That's a problem? That's not a problem at all. Those who have the problem are the ones he's about to address in this video. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you some of the photos from the Grammys and a bit of why he came out and said, look, if this is what you got to do to win a Grammy, and I'm definitely not going to win one, because it really falls out of line. Now, John Legend, you know what? This is something that I can kind of see on a runway or something like that. Whereas I hate kind of lumping John Legends in here with it. It's sort of like a snowball effect, right? Because from John Legend, we go to, yeah, this is Billy Porter, the gentleman that everyone is putting on, like he's about to be on Sesame Street. Yeah, I think that was the big thing. He's about to be on Sesame Street. They wanted him playing a fairy godmother in some type of Cinderella story, if memory serves me correctly. And then, but the one that really, really sparked off the whole situation with Pastor Troy here was this gentleman. Oh yes, friend of the channel, Lil Nas X, who, like, seriously, what's another, what was, like, he got the Old Town Road track, right? I mean, they super hyped that one up. What's next? Because you got all these artists that are talking about their identity with, with not that many bangers out there, with no big legendary careers. Like they have, like it's like the media or the record stations, they give them big pushes with, a single or maybe a track or two, like it is with Lizzo. I think she has like 2 songs that people, saying that the radio stations really push, but then they fall back on my identity, and it's like, okay, but you're a musician now. You're not a model. You're a musician. So get to it. And unfortunately, that's just not what the game plan is. I'm going to stop short of saying the term agenda. It's the game plan. It's not about having these, darker complexioned people playing the gender bending game. It is, it's to promote and push this lifestyle and this ideology, such as I've done like I talked about in the WNBA video, as well as Hungary pushing back on it. And you guys really got to let me know what do you think of the new format where I just kind of doing one a day. I want one big good story a day. But either ways, I didn't initially talk about Pastor Troy's comments because they were on, it was just a blurb on Instagram, not much to make a video on. But he's now responding to that backlash, and that's what we're going to focus in on. So without further ado, thank you, Hot 107.9 from Atlanta. Let's get into this.
Ellie, you're one that, he wants all the smoke right now.
Yeah, you already know that, man. Hey, man, you know what I mean, dog? Bro, I just put the post up, man, just saying what I felt, man. I ain't expect. I put up a whole bunch of BS. You feel me, man? And I'll never get that kind of backlash. But I guess they say you mess with them alphabet boys, it just turn to something totally different.
And it does. It clearly does. Dave Chappelle himself came out and said this during his special. He was like, yeah, I can't say this term because I'm no. Here's the thing. It's either all okay to make jokes about or it's not. And what he's saying wasn't even a joke. He was dead serious. And I'm standing behind him on that because like this ultimately it's I consider it it's the ultimate in indulgence. Like it's so selfish, and you know what? You have every right to be selfish. You have every right to just think about yourself and what you got going on. No one's going to knock that from you. But the deal is that trying to push that onto the larger scale, the larger population, which over 90% don't fall into your category. It's like, hey, fall back a little bit, okay? Like, yeah, we've gone from like, and I saw Amazing Atheist do a video on, not Amazing Atheist, Amazing Lucas, where he said it went from tolerance to acceptance, and it's like, wait, come on, tolerance that was fantastic. No one wants anybody being hurt, but acceptance, it's just that's demanding that we are okay with things that we're not okay with, and that's when you're starting to slide into the role of fascism. Make absolutely no mistake. It's not as if, we don't, as like, as the heteronormative community, it's not like we don't want to have your back on this. That's not it at all. But you're telling us how we live our lives is wrong, or our objection to, wanting that for our family or wanting that for our children is wrong, and that's nonsense.
It was the timing.
Yeah.
It was the timing of the post. Mm-hmm. For people that don't know, Troy had an opinion on the costume or the dress that Lil Nas X was wearing. Yeah. His attire for the day at the Grammys.
Honestly, he could have had a bit of an issue with all of it, and it would all still apply, including John Legend's little half suit, half dress situation he had going on over there.
Awards, and he felt like, is this the images that we portraying to the kids?
Yeah.
What I mean? Just for the people, just go ahead and clarify your statement one time, so they can hear it from the horse's mouth.
I don't even remember everything that I said, but whatever I said, I meant. You feel me, man? Because I have sons, man. You know what I mean? I'm raising my young boys up to be young men. You know what I mean? I'm not making it cool and comfortable to practice being gay in my household. You know what I mean? This ain't nothing that they even tripping off of, but right. You still got to be out front, you know what I mean, as a father, and say, hey, man, this...
And guiding your child. And that's exactly what he's doing. And it's what I was raised under. It's what, the entirety of our civilization has, been built off of. It's a foundational thing. That, hey, as far as the whole gender situation, God made that call for us. It is what it is. We got bigger fish to fry. We got more important things to do. But now in 2020, it's like, oh no, we can tell God he's wrong. And if you think it, you can do it. And it's just like, well, take it easy there, champ. Particularly in the Hollywood sphere, because they're so wounded by Trump's presidency that they've gone overboard. I mean, let's be real. The Hollywood, the red as in communist style team that's really has its hooks into the Hollywood circles. They're like that's an everyday situation for them. That's just life. Lil Nas X, move out to LA or San Francisco or some of these places. That's the environment. That's the habitat. But for standard American sensibilities, particularly those of the Midwest and what's that, Southern Belt styles, no, it's not. It don't fly. It's not going to fly. And when you're family based, if you really care about families, then you want the entire family on point, doing well. You want the mom, the dad, the kid, and the dog all doing fine, being able to live their life and go about their business. Problem is that now with this incredibly hardcore push to normalize the abnormal, and instead of the abnormal recognizing, yeah, this is abnormal, this works great for me, it may not be for everybody, but hey, it's me. That is, it feels as if those of the alphabetical persuasion have completely lost the plot in that respect. That, hey, yeah, whereas you have the right to be as you are, this father has the right to raise his family in the way he sees fit because it is his family. Now, when the kids get older and they decide, hey, I want to step away from this and whatever they decide to do, that's on them. But it's their choice to make. And having Hollywood really try to push these choices, it's nonsensical bullshit. It really is.
Even what's going on around here, man, you know what I mean? Men are with women, heterosexual men, man. We raising young black heterosexual males, man. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing, that used to not have to, you didn't have to throw the heterosexual in there before. Now it's like, yeah, of course, obviously. And one of the bigger things that I've noticed, particularly in terms of the concept of buck breaking, which a lot of people in, I guess, the black male intellectual sphere bring up quite a bit. The buck's been broken, guys. That buck has been broken for a real long time, and I will take you back to the picture of Billy Porter. I did a video on the whole boys can be princesses thing, and I saw some memes where it's this black mom and she was taking her young son away from me. I'm like, who you think drove him to the place, huh? This is a byproduct of the welfare state and the over-reliance on the welfare state by the single mother household, incentivizing the production of all these easily manipulated individuals that can and will go along, particularly for money, to push different alternate lifestyles and ideologies onto people. I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand when you think about it, right?
So just for the record, are you homophobic?
I'm not homophobic at all, man. You know, I know a lot of gay people, man. I've been doing this for 20 years, and this is the first time this done ever came up about, come on, man, I took more pictures with more gay people, man. I had more gay people serving me, man, in all these restaurants, the whole nine, man. You know what I mean? They ain't even my place. But what you do at home is on you, and what I do at home on me, man. You know what I mean?
And that's one of the amazing things, because you never really, until somebody, unless like they're kind of flamboyant, until you open your mouth and proclaim yourself as such, then you don't even know who you're dealing with 10 times out of 10. And honestly, it doesn't matter. That's the real burn. What you decide to do within the confines of your home is your business. But when you start advertising it, then it's like, okay, well, bruh, I don't, skip ad, my nigga.
I see these gay people out and about. I mean, I had to go home and lower my standards or morals or what I believe in and what I stand for.
Right. I feel like it isn't even possible to be homophobic in Atlanta.
I just said that, man. How? You know how? Where you going?
Yeah, that's a very, very, very good point. You can ask my cousin about that one. He out there right now. trying to get around the L's, the G's. If it ain't L, a G, a B, it's a T, and he's just like, well, what the hell, man? What's out here for straight, man?
Be in a box, man. Come on, man.
Open or accepting to have interactions with gay people in Atlanta, you just might as well move out.
Yeah,
of the
brother,
city,
man,
bro.
come on, man. It's impossible. I live in the gayest neighborhood. My studio in the gayest neighborhood around here, Castleberry Hill, man. You know what I mean? And I love everybody over there, man. You know what I mean? The gays, the straight, I know them all, and they know me. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, they respect me as I respect them and their preferences and everything. But just because you're gay, I don't have to push that agenda on my son.
Do you feel like there's homophobia in the hip hop community?
Nah, I don't think it's no homophobia in there.
Exactly. What do you mean? Like, where do you think the hardest push is coming from? What do you think they have those who would push this agenda, what do you think they have their teeth sunk into the most? It is in hip hop. They sat there and spent the past 30 years pushing this music, this lifestyle, and all these other parts, onto the community. And yeah, it came across as uber macho and uber masculine, but particularly over the last 15 years or so. Oh no. You can. None of that matters. You do whatever you so like. If I had to push you towards anything, it would be that episode of the Boondocks with is that Gangstalicious? Or Thugnificent? No, it's not Thugnificent. It's Gangstalicious. Yeah, we'll go watch the Gangstalicious episodes of Boondocks for reference.
The pop community, they take anybody. They take everybody. You feel me, man? It's cool. If that's what you about, that's what you own, man. Music is music. I hate for your sexual preference to be what drives your career or your music. You feel me, man?
And you can say the exact same thing about Lizzo and her weight. You can. You know, it's like, oh yeah, like it's one thing for you to sit here and put out bangers and everything else like that. Let your body of work speak for you, not, you know, your sexuality, or even if you're black, or even if you're white, or even if, like, you know, like, don't let your identity speak for you. Let your art speak for you. And unfortunately, I just don't think I don't think most of these artists are artists with that type of longevity, so they have to lean on these identifiers in order to keep their name relevant. Relevant. Yeah, relevant's the word. Anyways, so, you know, he is 100% right, and I'm glad that he's doubled down on this. And like I said, I wanted to. It was something I knew I had plenty of meat on the bone to talk about, but, you know, didn't have a video until now to go off of. As well as, I'm going to link in the description the video that I did about the disposable male. And, you know, in that video, it contains the CBS report from the 60s and from the 70s, where the where that initial push came from to remove the male from the household, have these kids, without guidance, and thusly they can get into all types of shenanigans, including, for the boys, each other's booty holes. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and BitChute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications and speak. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, as far as I'm concerned, the buck's already broken. You know, like, all you can do as a black man is, take care of your sons, guide your children, because that's the job, that's the role of the father, is to guide. Whether, the goddess Mother Earth wants to agree or not. Shut up, bitch. The deal is that is our biological imperative. And yes, cultural conditioning can break it, has broken it. And we have tons of lost souls running around here, soulless individuals, or people who like to eat and devour souls. I keep hearing Kobe was a sacrifice. Okay, yeah, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. How does this fix poverty and the like? So that's what I'm on, man. That's what I'm on. Trying to bring industry to my home space to, give these kids' parents something to lean on, so the kids can have their parents to lean on and guide them properly. And, maybe it's already too far gone, but that don't mean you give up, and that don't mean you stop trying. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, all right? And until the next one.